Quorn Counties is very proud to be nominated today for the NASS Awards. This award and innovation came about because of a head teacher's frustration. It came out of a meeting with commissioners who kept asking me how therapies are having an impact. So then I called my head of therapies in, Louise, and asked her to solve the problem.
So the therapy team at Northern Counties have always been very thorough in measuring very tangible outcomes, very tangible skill building programmes where we can really see progress in our learners' skills. But we had a lot of anecdotal evidence from families, from class teams, that learners' well-being was really improving with some of the interventions that we were providing, and that learners were more engaged with the curriculum and more engaged in class. And we really wanted a way to draw out that information and prove that therapies were having an impact on our learners, improving their well-being. We'd used TOMS before, which is therapy outcome measures, a nationally recognised tool, but it wasn't quite sensitive enough to capture what we needed to capture for our learners. So I asked Zoe Cook, occupational therapist in our team, and Molly St Hennigan, who's a speech and language therapist, to scope this project a little bit wider and see if there was something that we could work around with TOMS that would capture the intensive therapy that we provide for our learners and the impact of that therapy.
We began by researching the best available tools for measuring therapeutic impact in schools. All our evidence suggested that the gold standard and recommended by the Royal College of Speech and Language Therapy was TOMS. We liaised with Pam, who created TOMS. We worked closely with Pam to develop a scale that better matched the needs of our learners. From that, we commenced reliability and validity testing and liaised with colleagues outside of our organisation for feedback. We then implemented the scales and began gathering data. We were then asked to present our findings at the TOMS Connect conference. Following this, our scale was then published in the TOMS manual and have received feedback that therapists around the country are using the scale to measure their outcomes and the impact this has on the well-being of their learners.
So the impact of this project has been that we now have a published, nationally recognised scale in the TOMS manual that therapists from around the country have been contacting us about because it's something that they can use with their learners too. It also supports the discussion with the commissioners, and it also supports reflective practice because it's a tool where all the agencies involved with the learners come together and reflect on improving the well-being of the learner. So it's had an impact in all of those areas and has been really effective in measuring the impact of therapy.